large tracts of land will come in and kind of do the land planning. It might not all be for triple net retail, but we can buy it. We can put everything in place. We can sell off portions to, say, a storage developer or a multifamily guy, or maybe there's a portion in the back that makes sense for townhomes, anything like that. And then we're left with the portion that we really want, and we almost have a zero cost basis in it.
Tell us about your business career.
In real estate, business career. I've been in commercial real estate for 25 plus years. I mean, you could probably chalk it up longer than that off camera. I told you I come from a real estate family. So my parents have been doing real estate / commercial real estate for 50 years. All this stuff, Cody and Bryant and all the wholesaling and the fix and flips, my dad always used to joke with them. His health is deteriorated now, but he used to joke with them that he was doing that before they gave it a name. And so he started in real estate, fixing up houses, and then building new builds, and then selling out of those, and learned about 1031 exchanges, and then fourplexes, and then eightplexes, and then 50-unit apartments, and then office buildings. And then when I graduated college, naturally it was like, okay, I'm either going to go work for someone else or I'm going to work with them. And right at the time that I graduated is when 9/11 hit. So I studied finance, business, and MIS, which is now computer science. So I thought I was going to go work for AT&T or Deloitte and Touche or one of these tech firms that was, real popular back in the early 2000s. And of course, 9/11 hit and all the job offers that were out there froze. So Dad said, I guess you're coming to work for me, and put me on one of the crews. He had apartment buildings here in Phoenix, down by ASU. We had, I think at the time, 4 apartments, about 300 units, and they were not the prettiest of apartments. And so I ran a crew of like 10 guys and started emptying out buildings, and we would just go through and just renovate the whole entire, floor by floor, 5 units at a time, all the flooring, all the walls, all that kind of stuff. So then from there, I got my real estate license, and I started working I knew I wanted to get into development. I never really wanted to be just a broker, but I knew I had to start somewhere. So I went and worked for a small developer down in Tucson, cut my teeth on leasing and, helping them buy small lots and, small retail projects. And then from there, got to network and know some of the guys at one of the big development companies, and they ended up offering me a position to come work on their leasing team. So I went there and I started working, leasing out parcels and giant power centers that they were building with, Walmart and Home Depot and PetSmart. And I was in charge of, the shops buildings and the single tenant buildings out, up on the street frontage, where all the cars drive in. And, then after that, I moved to Phoenix and tried to open my own little development company. That was round 1, and that did not work out well. Didn't know the business side of it. Thought, okay, we'll come in, we'll buy some projects, we'll start developing some stuff, and then we'll close it, and then we'll make a ton of money. But I didn't think about all the bills you had to pay during the period of time from when you take down a project to when the project's closed. So there was just poor planning. The market crashed, in 2006, 2007. My parents still had shopping centers I'd helped them purchase. So I went back to kind of helping them figure out how to add some value to those centers, how to, sell out of some of their apartments. And here we are today, round 2, Hungry Investments.
And your specialty now is, let's hear about the banks.
So that's just one thing. So if we want to mention what my specialty or what our specialty is, you can kind of put it into like three different buckets, but they're all within triple net retail. So if you look at commercial real estate, there's really 5 asset classes, and we focus heavily on one being triple net retail. So then if you break that down further, there's a couple of different things in there. So one is we do a lot of land entitlement. So we'll find anything from 20,000 square feet to 12, 14, 15 acres. And the larger the site, the more that goes into it from an entitlement standpoint. So large tracts of land will come in and kind of do the land planning. It might not all be for triple net retail, but we can buy it. We can put everything in place. We can sell off portions to, say, a storage developer or a multifamily guy, or, maybe there's a portion in the back that makes sense for townhomes, anything like that. And then we're left with the portion that we really want. And we almost have a zero cost basis in it.
Wow.
So that's one option. The other thing we might do is, like I said, on a smaller parcel, or if there's an older building that's just functionally obsolete and we know that we have a user for it, we can come in and we can work with, a lot of times, national credit tenants, and we'll get everything put in place and we'll lease it to them, and then we turn around and sell that to investors on the open capital market for cap rate returns. The third aspect is what we're doing with our fund now, which is gap funding some of what I just mentioned in option 1 and 2, but option 3 is looking for add value opportunities similar to what I helped my parents do. Not so much what I did with some of the big development companies that I worked for, but more so if there's a grocery store, grocery anchored shopping store that's on the corner, we want to find the, multi-tenant strip center that's down the street or across the street that might have, vacancy in it, too much parking, mom and pops, and we can come in, we can give it a facelift, reposition some of it, bring in some national credit tenants, just bring it back to life. And those are the 3 options.
Awesome.